About a month ago, I released a video on this channel called Things Are Changing. A totally unscripted video where I announced that nothing really will be changing. I wanted it to feel like I was finally moving in a better direction for me, but in reality, I was really just stagnating and holding back the inevitable. I don't get much into my personal life on this channel, but in all honesty, I've not had the best hand given to me in life, and despite that, I somehow took it all for granted. I've been pretty despicable, all things considered, and in October I realized this, and instead of putting off me fixing myself like I have for years, I just decided to delete all my social media off all my devices, with a few rare exceptions such as WhatsApp and iMessage, and finally start to fix myself after being so broken. My teenage years have been a real struggle, but I'm finally taking the steps to fix myself and to truly come into my own as a creative. And I'd love for this to actually be the start of something new, because it doesn't feel like stagnation this time. Even in the less than a month that I've kind of been doing this, I've really felt an improvement, and everyone around me has said that they've seen me improve. So, social media, the main cause of a lot of my trauma this decade. I've got a very toxic relationship with this stupid son of a bitch, and for now, this is goodbye. I don't know if this is permanent, but as of today, I will be on an indefinite hiatus from all of my social medias outside of YouTube. It just isn't good for me. I want to spend time rebuilding my personal life and making new connections in real life. And whilst I tried to make both work, it clearly wasn't meant to be. So until I'm mature enough to use it in a safe way, this will be the end for now. YouTube won't be going anywhere anytime soon. I originally planned to scrap uploading until I was better, but it turns out I actually am more healthy with YouTube. It's a way for me to get my thoughts and emotions out, and so I will continue to use it for the foreseeable future. For a bit, I tried making the channel a variety thing, with gameplay videos, music, shitposts, and other garbage I thought people might like to see from me. But my views tanked. I got burnt out, and it's clear that I need to take a step back and go back to my roots. For now, I will be going back to making video essays on whatever stuff I enjoy. I'm going to be making the stuff that in years to come I will enjoy making, and that my friends will enjoy seeing from me. These essays will also be leaning into being funny again. I really lost track of that after a while, and what made me special wasn't the reviews themselves, but me as a person, the personality I showed off, the stupid skits I did in them, the characters I introduced, the experience of making the video. So that's what will be brought to the table in this new era of my channel. This modern era, I guess. I want to focus on making stuff that I'll be proud of, and not something for an algorithm to eat up and spit back out immediately. I have a lot of memories making my old content, and I just don't really have many mid-2023 onward. Which is also around the same time period my isolationist began to really hinder my creative output. The last but most important part of this whole puzzle, which solves it all, is myself. I've taken my whole life for granted. I've treated my friends like garbage. I've let people kick me down. I've been an anxious and terrified child trapped in a quickly aging body. But in the last month, I've really began to take huge strides in my development. This might be a little bit dark, but to explain myself, at least to a point where I'm comfortable, but growing up, I was constantly afraid of everything. I hated being around people and not helping me with my parents, who caused me to fall into this isolationist spiral. In 2019, it seemed like things were going well, but in 2020, COVID hit, and at the time, I saw it as a good thing. It meant I could stay indoors and not talk to anyone, and it caused me to isolate myself from all my loved ones. I've been kind of slowly killing myself for half a decade now. If the 2010s was my golden era, then it could be easy to say the 2020s are my downfall, the dark period of my life. But that's pessimistic. I want to try and be optimistic. The 2020s are my introspective era, where I look where I mainly just look back at my whole life up to that point and really saw how it all came together, and I want to use the latter half of the decade to finally put stuff right. For the next year or so, I'll avoid social media stuff outside of maybe logging in every once in a while just to update people on my progress. Then, when I'm finally better, I'm going to apologize to everyone individually, at least to the point where I can. I've been a fucking nasty piece of work these last few years. I have been creepy, violent, aggressive, and abusive, and just a pretty terrible person, and I want to get better. I'm glad I noticed this, as it means I can get the help I need without some big ruckus, and without me digging my heels in and just making it worse for myself. Yeah, I don't have much else to add. When I'm back, I may make a bigger in-depth video on how I ended up in this mess, an explanation for my foul behavior, and how I'm doing, but I'll only be doing that when I'm better. There are a lot of really disturbing reasons how I ended up in this point that I'm just not comfortable explaining now. I'm thankful that you've watched this far. I've really taken my audience for granted. And so I'd love to say thank you. Thank you for caring enough about me to even watch this far, to even watch this video to begin with. I hope people could forgive me for my shitty actions, though I do hope you at least hold me accountable in some way and make sure I improve. Thanks for watching the show. Woofer Nation out.